All right, we're here at St. Thomas More to start a new little stint. We were trying to find ways to get questions that we answer, the students are asking that are pertinent to everyone's lives, or parishioners are asking at Thomas More. And so we settled on a little video segment, similar to segments that we used to do back during quarantine in my previous parish. It was called a Magdalene moment. And so now we're going to do here, and we settled on a moment more. Thomas More puns, they never get old. So each week, probably on Thursday, we'll take a question. We have them up on Instagram and polls for our students, parishioners. It'll be in the bulletin or social media, or you can just email us always, and we will try and answer little segments here on our different social media places. So here we go. The first one, close to my heart, food. Love food, so good, always. If there's food, I'll be there, just so you know in the future. But the question is about, when do I not eat food? Do I still have to abstain on Fridays, was the question that we received. Now, this is a good one because the students read and they have an instinct, and it's always normally pretty good, even if they don't act on it. But this one was that there's something, that disconnect on Fridays, where there's the teaching of the church, but the practice of the people. So we've done a poor job as pastors and priests of getting people to see and understand the teaching. So here it is in 2 minutes. Code of Canon Law. Code of Canon Law is a book that kind of governs the church. As the Catechism explains our teachings, the Code of Canon Law governs the different movings of the church. And for penance, the church basically says, if you're able to look this up, you can Google Canon Law 1249 to 1253. These are different paragraphs. 1249 basically says, listen, divine law. Penance is a divine law thing. It's something that we all are called to do. Deny ourselves every once in a while, and it'll help us to flourish. The next one moves and says, okay, if that is flourishing, now what days and times? Days and times universally for all the church, from the southern tip of Africa to the northern part of Canada to farthest east or west, is Friday. Why Friday? Because that's the day that Christ gave his life on the cross. And so we deny ourselves on that day to join him in his sacrifice. For the age is in the next one. So we move down to 1251. What is it? It's normally, the tradition of the church is abstaining from meat, flesh meat, but it's abstaining from meat. Now, after Vatican II in the 60s, the last part of canon law, so 1253, it says, listen, bishops' conferences, they can give details of what is to be abstained, or they can substitute some better fashion of penance, since they know their people. So in the 60s, the United States bishops did that. They said, listen, we're going to abrogate, we're going to get rid of the law that we once had, that under pain of sin, on Fridays, you have to get rid of meat. You can't eat meat. They said, now that's no longer the official law. But, they said, penance, the day of penance still lives. We can't change that. That's not part given to us, you don't have to do anything on Friday anymore. No, Friday is a day of penance. We still join Christ in that day. The question is how. So they said, what we used to do out of obedience to the law, we now hope, the bishop said, that people will choose in their own freedom. If we don't choose to give up something in freedom, and sometimes when I begin to say this, people are like, well, Father, that's something in the old school. We don't have to do that anymore. It's like, well, no, actually we do. We have to pick something. If we don't give up meat, then we need to give up some other kind of sacrifice. I need to watch one less episode of The Office on Friday, or I need to eat one less chicken wing, or I need to do something that denies myself on Friday, even if it isn't that I give up meat. My suggestion for those here at the university, our students, our parishioners, is give up meat on Friday. Let's take that back. That's something that we as a community give up. There's a reason the McDonald's and all these places always have the McFish during Lent. It's like, oh, look, our McFish is back. Well, they're smart people because they know as a community of Christians, we abstain during Lent from meat on Fridays. But it's meant to be throughout the whole year. Even if it's not, if I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat meat, then I give up fish or something else, something close to my heart. So hopefully that's of help. Remember, if you need to look this up, canon law, 1249, you can Google 1249 through 1253. It'll pop up and you can read it from the words of the church. Do we have to, by law, give up meat on Fridays outside of Lent anymore? No. Is it a day of penance every Friday during the year? Yes. And so we are called each in our own way to give up something. Hope that helps. We'll see you here next Thursday on A Moment More.